Hello, everybody, and welcome to Somebody's Heroes. We are here today for a vignette in order to get to know the character played by Mika. I'm Eric, I'm the Dungeon Master.
I'm Mika, and I am playing Lemon Li'l Tart.
And where can they find you? Feel free to go ahead and share a little bit about what you do real quick.
I am the co-creator of the Crit Award-nominated channel Roll D5, although by the time this comes out, I will know if we won or not. And so that's ROLE D5, and so you can catch me over there. If you want to see my socials, beacons.ai/Mika McIntosh.
And we'll
That's
include
just
those links in the descriptions and all that stuff too.
Awesome. Most often I'm on Threads.
Good deal. And when we post, we'll do all the proper links to everyone's tags and all that kind of stuff too. So people will be able to go follow you and all that fun stuff. But we're going to go back in time. So 10 years prior to the start of the campaign, how old was Lemon?
Lemon was around 10 years old.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. So if you've got a little 10-year-old Lemon and his little gang of cronies? Friends?
Neighborhood punks.
There you go, neighborhood punks. I figured you
Precocious
would
children.
know the... there you go, precocious kids. So there's a kid who's 12, there's a couple who are 8, 9, and there was another one who's 10, but there's 5 of you in total.
I am easily the runt. I am a fairy, and so even though at 10 I've probably reached as big as I'm gonna get, and I'm 3 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. So there is a Goliath child who is the 8-year-old, and he is taller than you already.
I hate him.
But these, as your guys are hanging out near this restricted area, clear fencing, 4 foot tall fence, purposely to keep out kids. Roll a perception check for me.
Yes, first roll. Okay, let's see. Perception. +5. Do me well. On my dice. Okay. +5. Oh, God. That's a 2 + 5.
Okay, so you're too entranced by something you're feeling coming from the mine. This is an abandoned mine shaft. It's not one that they use anymore actively. Adults are still allowed down there and all that. It's a good teens hang out in there all the time. That's where they go and party and do teen things.
Yeah.
Which is why you guys are wanting to go in, but the only one who could would be this Goliath, who is as tall as the fence.
Oh, I've got wings. I can fly over it.
True. But behind you, you don't hear it because you're so entranced, but the others all turn around. And one of your friends, we'll call her Apple, pats you on the shoulder and says, Lemon, there's an adult here.
What? No, there's not. There are only teens.
The Goliath physically turns you around.
No, hey, I told you not to do that.
Yeah, you go easy. And they point then Apple's pointing at this adult-sized figure, and what you are seeing is a 7-foot-tall cloaked figure. Based on height, you should be able to see under the hood because angles, but there is nothing visible under the hood.
I point at the stranger, probably directly into the hood, and I just say, "Stranger danger."
Indeed, stranger danger is a good thing to know. Is a voice you just hear coming from the hood.
Yeah, of course it is, because I'm precocious. I know these things.
You're all very precocious. How would you like for me to remove the obstacle in your way?
I mean, I can just fly over it. Oh, I guess they can't. Sorry. No, I'm trying not to be selfish. It's um
Tricky for you,
we
is
had
it?
we had a group discussion about this, like wasn't an intervention, but guys, why are you letting me do all the talking? Please stop.
Apple's like, it's okay. Yes, please. Can you, can you remove the barrier? We'll owe you. And
I can give you like a silver piece. That's about all we have.
the cloaked figure says, oh no. All I need is for the 5 of you to go as deep into the mine as you can and bring back a treasure that's been
Ooh.
abandoned inside.
Ooh. Okay. No, I'm. Is there more than one treasure?
There is one treasure, but it will take as many of you who make it all the way back to bring it out. The Goliath is like, just pats his arm and he's like, I can carry it. He's got a deeper voice than he should for an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You got yourself a deal.
Okay. He just waves his hand over top of the 5 of you. And the next thing you know, the barrier, you guys are teleported the 5 feet behind to the back of the barrier.
Oh, I don't like that. Lemon shivers. He's only 10, despite living in a magical world. This is the first time he's ever been transported or really had magic used against him, on him.
Mm-hmm.
He barely knows any magic himself, and so it's still an uncommon feeling. It's very pins and needles to him.
Okay. Perfect. So you got that little the
Ooh.
the 12 the 10-year-old is a dwarf. So he's a little guy, probably about a couple inches shorter than you. Actually, we'll back that up. It's a she. She's a fighter, so she's well built for her age.
She's ripped.
And so she's ripped for a 10-year-old, right? You've seen that.
Yeah.
You've seen those 10-year-olds who are way more muscle bound than they should be.
Yeah.
And she says, "All right, guys, let's go," and just starts walking in.
Yes.
No torch,
go.
nothing. Just starts walking in.
Lead the way. Good. I didn't want to be first. What if there are traps or something? I'm muttering this to myself.
Apple says, "Yeah, if there's traps, let me know and I'll deal with them. I might find them, but I'll deal with them." She's just a little human, so she's maybe again like 6 to 7 inches shorter than you.
Yeah, I side eye her. Like, sure.
And you guys just walk on in. All right. As you guys are walking, you see side caverns off to the sides. Most of them just go and create like where they would go out, branch off for a moment, and then dig a hole in order to collect what was immediately there on the left and right. Basic basic systematic mining. And then so you go past all of those, because he said go as deep as you can. You get to a point where there is no longer like a minecart rails. So there's no more rail for you to walk on or walk in or whatever. And there is a small hole off to the side, pointed out by the dwarf. The dwarf walks over and says, "All right, everybody, let's get in." The hole is only about your all's height, so it's only about a 3-foot high hole.
Nose goes. I'm not going
Goliath
first.
Says, I'll apparently have to wait here because he's already 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
So he's already a medium-sized creature.
I don't like that you're the one who has to stay behind.
Me neither.
Okay, I'm still not going first.
The one who's been very quiet goes first. Just starts walking. It's just a little halfling. But you know she's quick. You know that he is quick with a blade.
Okay.
Usually daggers.
I go right after them.
Okay. Walking down. And then behind you goes Apple, and then behind Apple goes the leader. So I'm going to need you to roll I'm going to say a stealth check.
Okay. Don't fail me, dice. Let's see, my stealth is +3. Excellent. 17 + 3. A dirty, filthy 20.
Ooh, that is gorgeous. So you got a 20, then we've got a 17 on the die and a 15 on the die. Fabulous. And then one more is a 13. Okay. So as you guys are walking down this path, you would be fairly quiet because you got that dirty 20 on your stealth check. Everyone rolled pretty well on their stealth, without a doubt. So that one is good to go. So you guys are still being quiet. Not a problem. Everyone is purposely maintaining hushed voices. You hear from the back, the leader says, "Shh, quiet. We gotta be quiet." Speaks up a little louder than everybody else because they're trying to tell you what to do because they're the leader.
Yeah. I turn around and glare at them. Put my finger to my lips.
Fantastic.
Do we have a light source? Because I do not have dark vision.
The leader didn't bring a torch.
Well, that's unfortunate. None of us have a torch, so I just have to rely on someone's dark vision.
Uh-huh. And now, the one in front's a halfling, the one behind you is a human, and you. And I know dark vision, the dwarf has dark vision in the back. Halflings, I'm trying to remember if they do real quick or not.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either.
Why did we make this decision? Why did I not choose a light cantrip, knowing I was going into this?
I mean, you did know. So, I mean, that's a thing.
Yeah, so that was all me.
That was all you.
I just didn't think.
They do not have it. That is amazing. I love it. Okay, so they're just walking.
You're the worst.
I'm gonna need all the dark vision people to roll a dex saving throw. I mean, the dark vision less people. So you and the one in front of you and the one behind you.
That's a 10 + 3, 13.
Okay. So you trip a little bit and fall. But the other two are perfectly fine. Hell, the halfling rolled a nat 20. Fucking beautiful rolls.
Amazing.
And as you guys keep going, roll a perception check for me. Just you.
Okay. That is a 15 plus 5, 16 plus 5, 21.
21. All right. So you've only got about 5 to 10 feet of distance of vision right now, because you're in that like dark vision of I can see the person in front of me, and if I turn around, the person behind me.
Mm-hmm.
You turn around to check on the people behind you, and either your dwarf friend is gone, or they are just outside your vision. It's super hard to tell. Because could they be there just beyond your sight?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. And then you do hear a light buzzing up ahead. Like bzzz,
Okay.
bzzz.
This is worrisome.
And then
I keep going forward.
right,
I
there's
reach
not
out
much...
ahead to see if the halfling is in front of me.
They are. You visually
Okay.
saw them when
Okay.
when you tripped, you fell. You saw them as you tripped, and then then Apple was right there behind you as well. She even managed to help you up, and so the three of you just keep walking. Let's go ahead and do, as you keep walking, you have a choice of left or right. The halfling asks you, Lemon, which way?
Left. You always go left.
Okay, if we go left, we won't get lost. Left is not lost. Wait, or is left lost?
Not lost. Like if you're
Left is
in...
not lost, okay.
If... Because I read a book about this, thank you. If you touch the left side, like if you're in a maze, you just keep going, and eventually you'll get out. Or get to the center, or... Okay, it wasn't a book, it was an article. It wasn't really an article, it was like on a candy wrapper. But like, it was... I trust it. I think it makes sense. It's like a 50-50 shot.
Okay, I trust you, no problem. She immediately puts her... I think the halfling was a he, sorry. He immediately puts his hand on the side and turns left and just keeps walking. Perception check one more time for me, because we are in this fucking dark space, and it's getting...
That is a 12 plus 5, 17.
Okay.
Wow, my lemon dice are... Actual lemon dice.
Yeah.
The lemons inside are doing me good. Doing me well.
Good deal. All right, so the halfling, perfectly fine. You can see them without any issue. But when you go to turn around and look for Apple, you don't see her. Nor do you see the dwarf.
I don't like this.
The buzzing is getting louder as you guys go in.
I try and hoarsely whisper behind me, you know, like, Apple. Apple. I'm too afraid to go any louder, like, despite the buzzing. Like, the buzzing's drowning me out, but I don't want to be louder, so I'm in this, like, little conundrum, like, I don't know what to do.
Apple can't hear you. Or you get no response from Apple.
Oh, this is a horror film.
This is a horror movie. I don't like horror movies. I'm not allowed to watch them.
I'm too young.
So, all right. There's a choice of straight or left. The halfling starts going straight. You said... oh, wait. I said straight or left, so he goes left. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I forgot your advice for a second, and I thought my brain said straight or right, but my words said straight or left. So we'll go with what I said. So you guys go left, take
Yes.
another left, walks down, and at this point the tunnel starts to actually go in a downhill manner towards the bottom of the floating island of Tauliba.
Lemon feels pretty pleased with himself. He figures, buried treasure, of course it would be deeper down.
Mm-hmm.
He's patting himself on the back.
Okay. Perception check one more time after another roughly hour or so. Because again, we're still in the darkness.
14 plus 5, 19.
Alright.
Dang, I'm rolling well. This is
really
not going to bode
are.
well for me in the future. Like, the second half, like, when it's really going to count, I'm going to roll a bunch of nat ones. I feel it in my soul.
Oh, yes. 100%.
I'm okay with that. I think I prefer crit fails over crit successes.
Both have opportunities for fun, though, which is what we're all about. But you guys get down, the buzzing is getting louder and louder as the cave starts actually curving in a corkscrew pattern, slowly forming into actual, like, stairs. Like, rough-hewn, actual, like, natural stairs. So there's all of that, and up ahead you're actually starting to see a light, like an orange, honey amber colored glow. Just
delicious.
Vroom, vroom, just pulsating, coming out.
That obviously has to be the treasure.
Obviously. What else
Obviously,
would
we
glow?
live in a magical world. Yeah, treasure glows. There are glowing swords. There are magic glows. Why not
Right?
treasure?
And the buzzing is louder than it's ever been. You know, if you were to talk at this point, you could barely hear yourself talk.
I try and plug my ears.
If you've ever lived under a plane or under an airport type of thing, it's like a plane's going right overhead. Perpetually. Just vroom, vroom, vroom. And as you guys come out into this hole, out into this tunnel, you guys see out of this tunnel into this big cavern. It is about 60 feet high. You can tell on the illumination lights as it's flowing all the way up where the boundaries of this room are. It's about 60 foot high and about a 40 foot round circle. So it's got this like cone shaped interior, and then there are other tunnels periodically leaving this central column. Like if you were to climb up, you could get to other tunnels. There's no other ones that you can see right offhand that are indicative of safe for humanoids. And in the middle, you see a glowing honeycomb.
Oh, delicious.
It looks like a honeycomb that has been crystallized. And it's on top of a man-made pillar. Like it's not made of the rock below. This is actually constructed.
Oh, okay.
So it was constructed, placed here, and the honeycomb put on top. And you still hear the buzzing, but you don't see the source of the buzzing.
I look around to see if I can see the other two. Apple, the dwarf.
Go right ahead. Roll a perception check for me.
That is a 7 plus 5. 12.
12? Let me let your halfling get one too, because one of your friends made it all the way. Nope. They rolled a 3 on the die. He is too entranced and walking closer to touch the thing.
Oof.
So
I try and smack his hand out of the way.
Okay. You can definitely get to him before he can get to it, so you're good there. He might be a little bit of he might have a level of growth. He's that kid.
I guess he can't hear me if I try to speak to him because the buzzing is so loud. So
you can try, but the odds are slim.
I'm just gonna make an X, shake my head like.
He gives you a thumbs up and a big, like, cheesy smile.
God, I hate him.
You know his name to be Biscuit.
God, I hate you, Biscuit.
You guys are your gang of precocious kids are the foodies.
Yeah.
All of you have a food theme named.
I say I hate them. I don't. But like, I'm a precocious child, of course. Like, ew, emotions are gross. Why would I like you? No, like, I'm too cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Biscuit understands, and he puts up the X and smiles to let you know as well. He understands what you're saying.
I'm going to stretch out my wings and then fly up and kind of carefully fly around to see what I can see.
Okay. As you fly up, you do see on what looked from the bottom, it only looked like a ledge. Mm-hmm. But back behind the ledge, it was actually a full-on, like, cave. And in there, you see eggs. Like, very large bee or wasp eggs.
Yeah, I ignored those. They are clearly not the treasure.
Fly up a little further. You look around again. You see another cavern that is only goes about 30 feet back. In there, you see a very large queen.
Ooh,
like she is about 8 or 9 feet in length, curled up like a cat.
I would like to roll to see if I'm entranced by her. I'm a single level in Druid, and so Lemon Li'l Tart is fascinated by nature. The eggs or whatever, but seeing the queen bee, I think, truly fascinates him. Mm-hmm. And I want to see if how do I have +0 in nature? What? Whatever. I'm gonna see just what would I roll for this?
Because it's an intelligence roll. Roll survival.
Okay.
Because that gives you your wisdom bonus.
All right. It's +5. That's a 5 + 5, 10. So I'm going to do something stupid and walk closer to her.
He's just going to fly closer.
Yes, I am mesmerized. She is gorgeous.
She is. She's honey and black. She's got like that honey and black coloring all through her abdomen and straight up pure gold on her main torso. And she's just laying there sleeping. But you can tell she's the source of this sound you've been hearing. Because her wings are like cricket legs doing the rubbing, but they're just fluttering to let everyone know in the cave, in the nest, that it's safe, that it's comfort. It's white noise for the bees. It's white noise for the eggs.
Do I feel comforted?
Because of that 10, yes.
Okay.
Because
All
of
right.
that 10, you betcha. That's why you're coming closer. Now that you know
Then I
that
will
it's a
not plug my
queen,
ears.
it threw you off at first, but now that you know what the source is, you're like, ooh. Okay. As you get closer, you do notice one of the not wings, but one of the legs. One of her legs is actually broken.
No. I am going to... I don't know how well this will work, but I'm going to carefully walk towards her and gently touch her leg and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. She seems to be letting you because you're another winged creature, so she's not thrown off by you.
There's a soft yellowish glow coming from this. Like the main light is yellow with a little green on the outside, so it's vaguely lemon-like.
Okay.
And it's very brief, and then it goes down, encircling the broken leg before completely dimming, fizzling out.
Okay. The leg gets reset because it was broken, but to heal properly, you gotta set the leg first. So it gets set and the skin is healed over top of it. That does not necessarily mean the leg is healed itself, but that means that she is comfortable, at least. She wakes up from the feeling of that magic and looks at you. Roll a wisdom saving throw, DC 13 for me.
Oh my gosh. That's a 4 plus 5, 9.
Perfect. In this instance, for you, for story-wise, it's probably better that you fail. But you could have resisted, but you let her in. You hear in your head her talking to you. Thank you.
Thumbs up.
The others are going to be grateful that I'm still here to protect the hive.
How did you break your leg?
Invaders attacked and I broke it defending against hammers. Basically referring to what you know of as there was something in the mine that when...
Oh.
So you know from maybe a month or so ago, this mine was shut down because they ran into something and it took out the entire mining crew that was on duty at that point, who was in there with axes and hammers and all that kind of stuff dealing with mining. So her story kind of checks out for you in that vein of thought. You can talk back to her in this headspace. She can hear you through that. So if you want to talk to her, you are welcome to.
Okay. Is there a treasure here?
Yes, the hive.
No, that can't be right. We were asked to carry it out. We can't carry a hive.
She reaches one of her other arms and points down. Just near the hive.
Do you mean the honeycomb?
Yes.
Yeah, that's still too big for us to carry out. That can't be it.
Do you look down where she was pointing?
Yeah, I look down.
As you look down, you see Biscuit grab it and run.
Oh, I think I misunderstood. I thought the honeycomb was huge.
It was only about...
It was... Okay.
It was
okay.
big, but it's big compared to...
Okay.
You guys. He's just like bear hugging this thing and like he's like wide step running.
Oh. Instantly, I'm going to rush out, fly as close to him as I can, and cast Entangle.
Okay. What's the DC he's got to beat on that?
13 strength.
He's a 15 on the die.
Ah, dang it.
So he's going that wide stance, so as you're coming up straight under him, he's like wide dancing around your vines and just keeps going.
Like I turn back to the queen, be like, how important is that to you?
It's important to Taliva.
How why?
Power.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Roll a dexterity saving throw real quick for me.
That is
Wait, hang on. Before that, are you flying or are you on the ground?
I'm flying.
Okay, never mind. You don't need the dex save.
Okay.
Make that a perception instead. So same die roll.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a 7 + 5, then a 12.
Okay, it's not hard to see. You only needed to beat a 10, but you see the room start to shake a little bit.
I am...
And it stops. It's literally like the briefest of seconds. Like, whoop, whoop.
I'm starting to freak out a little bit, realizing it just... Not quite like, oh, actions have consequences. I'm not at that level yet, but very much, oh, this treasure belonged to someone else. I'm selfish, but I'm not a thief.
Yep.
Not unless I have to. You know, like stealing food, whatever. I can do that. But stealing a treasure from someone, that's supposed to be kind of scary and important. I'm 10. I'm not going to do that. That's above my pay grade.
Considering that you weren't offered any pay in the first place.
Yeah, that too. I'm like, I wasn't offered anything good for this. Like, this seems important.
Are you continuing to chase Biscuit, or are you...
I'm continuing to chase Biscuit.
Okay.
I'm just telling the queen telepathically, like, BRB.
That's perfectly fine. Go ahead and roll a dex save.
Oh, yeah, I am rolling like trash now. That's a 5 + 3.
Okay.
An 8.
A rock hits you on the leg.
Oh.
As you're flying, just boom, whips you down a left path when you know that every path you've taken previously would be a right on the way out of here.
God, I imagine I hit a wall and then fall to the ground. I'm no longer in flight.
Okay.
My leg is hurt. I probably hurt my wing, and so I can't fly as well.
You could, but you would lose 5 feet of movement speed.
Yeah. And so I start trying to turn around. It's still dark.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes were adjusted to the darkness, but then there's the bright amber light, and now I'm having a hard time adjusting to the darkness again. I'm feeling the wall, trying to hurry, but I'm limping, and I know that I am losing Biscuit fast.
Mm-hmm. Because Biscuit, yes, he's waddling. Yes, he's over encumbered, so to speak. But he is happy as a lark to have succeeded in his quest.
Yeah.
So you do lose him. You hear from the queen. The thief has left the tunnels. Retrieve my power, and I will give you the tools to improve yourself. And basically, she'll give you power and possibly even weapons if you continue to assist her and aid her, and get this thing back to her.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to push through the pain and start to go faster, I guess. I'm still running. I'm waiting for my wing to do better. I'm out of spells slots, so I can't cure wounds myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hurrying as fast as I can to get out of the cave to try and get that treasure back.
You're going, and as you crawl out of the part where you entered, you see Biscuit and the Goliath. And a tall. His name's Churro.
Sure. Okay.
Because they're tall and they're tall.
Yeah,
they're tall snack foods.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Biscuit and Churro are over there with the cloaked figure, handing him the power source actively at this moment.
I'm using Thorn Whip.
Okay. It's a 60-foot range, right?
It's a 30-foot range.
30?
So I'm getting as close as I can. I'm like lifting up my cap. I'm pulling a rose out. You know, I've got red. Think Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. Like I've even got the red hair. You know, I pull out like this little seed with Druidcraft. Like it grows into a rose, and I flick it, and it turns into this thorned whip. And I flick it towards the treasure to try and grab it from them and whip it back towards me.
Okay, go ahead and make that check.
Okay. Attack roll. That is an 11 plus 5, 16.
Okay. So you make this attack check. You whip at it. It loops around. Biscuit turns, looks square at you. His normal cheesy smile drops as he reaches behind and pulls a dagger and throws it at your feet.
I stand my ground. In fact, I start flying up.
Okay. Because you can still get up. That's not the problem. It's the speed moving forward is still going to hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
Because one of your 4 wings has been wounded at this point. And the Goliath looks sharply at the at Biscuit. So Churro looks at Biscuit. What'd you do that for? He's trying to stop us. Oh. Wasn't he helping? Like, Churro's obviously very, very confused.
Yeah.
The cloaked figure has this thing in his hands. You can tell he looks up because of the hood of the cloak moving up ever so slightly. He does a swirl pattern over top of the honeycomb, over top of the hive, this little crystalline hive, honeycomb looking thing, and it just shrinks. And if you make a strength check, DC 15 right now, you can pull it away from him.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Don't fail me, lemon dice. Strength check. It's a +0. Dang it. That is a natty 1.
You said when it mattered you were gonna fail.
I did. This is exciting.
So, as it shrinks, you start to see your thorn whip catch fire and burn right back towards you.
Ooh.
You do have enough time to let it go if you want.
Is it still wrapped around?
Technically. But it has been ignited and is now catching fire, headed down the vine whip, down your thorn whip, straight for you.
Okay, and I failed the strength throw to try and rip it from him, right?
You failed the strength throw to pull it away from him.
With the 1, I drop it. I let go of the whip.
Okay. So it just burns and ignites right up.
And then I pull out another whip. If I'm allowed to. That's not too many actions.
Try it again.
Yeah. I pull out like another seed from my hair. Flick turns into a whip. I whip it.
Whip it good, baby. Come on.
It.
Make that attack check. Please tell me you whip it good.
I whip it good. I mean, well, let's see what the roll is.
That's the real question.
Awesome. 16 total.
All right. You do whip it beautifully and wrap it right back around. You can do a real quick strength check because your goal right now is whip it and pull it, right? Like, get it away from him right this second.
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, that's a 17. +0. 17 on the dice. Yes!
You did get that shit. You can pull it out away from him real quick.
I'm doing that. I'm pulling it. Like, after that first failure, this determination, like, no, I think we were doing a bad thing. And this dude isn't offering us enough to do a bad thing. So, yeah, flick of the wrist. I whip it good. The thorn whip wraps around the treasure. I pull my arm back. That flick. It comes towards me and I grab it.
Perfect. As you do, you still technically, I'm going to say you technically still have movement. Even though we're not like in a turn-based order, you can still turn around and start running away if you choose to. Because remember, you are 30 feet away at this point. And even the little magic you know you're within range of 90% of spells at this point.
Yeah. So, I'm going to run. I'm going to dash.
Okay. So
we're non-combat. I can't technically dash because I took my... But, I'm
But you're
I'm
running as fast. You're booking it.
Yeah.
You're just beelining this shit right back to that fucking hole. Beelining for the beat. Hey!
Thank
all
you.
The jokes.
Beer all week.
Hey!
Try the view.
Yeah.
Tip your waitress.
So, as you get back to that hole, you start to see it actually start shrinking.
No.
You can still make it into the hole right this second, but as you like glance over your shoulder, your churro is doing this number where he's got his hands and is slowly compressing them, which is what's shrinking the hole.
No. I am going to... use Druidcraft, snap my fingers, and have a puff of wind, like, tickle his ear to see if that'll break his concentration.
Beautiful. Let's see if that works on Churro. That's a 10 on the die. And he drops one hand, but he's still, so like part of it's still coming in, but the other side retreats back to normal. So the hole's still smaller than normal, but it's like this. So if the hole was this big to start with, he did this number. And was basically dropped it down, so you could technically still get through.
Awesome.
You gotta get on your hands and knees, but you can do it.
I'm doing it. I'm crawling through.
Beautiful. Alright, so you start just crawling through this shit. You get to the other side, you make it all the way back down to the queen. The queen at this point has kind of fluttered down to the actual pillar where the hive comb actually originally was. So she's obviously feeling some level of better. And she welcomes you back. Welcome. Did you get it?
I present it to her.
She takes it from you using, I'm gonna call it honey magic, but she just takes some of the honey and stuff and lifts it up and puts it back down without. She doesn't touch it, but she's using magic to just orchestrate this thing back to the pillar.
Yeah. I am so screwed.
Huh?
I am so screwed.
Thank you. As promised, a small swarm of bees, about half your size, so they're dire bees, come down and surround you as you just feel magic. Your magic strengthen as you level up to level 2.
Yes.
What that looks like for you, I will let you deal with. However, after these bees disappear, what does Lemon look like now with his new level?
He basically looks the same.
Go ahead and describe him. I forgot that we did not describe him in the very beginning. So let's end this with a description of what Lemon looks like.
So Lemon, now powered up, he's got his little cap on his head, and now it has a little bee symbol where magically these bees can reside. Although that's something for a little down the line. It will take him a little while to really be able to control the bees and keep them from constantly surrounding him. He has what once was a nice jacket, but is very clearly seen better days. It's old, worn out. There are patches sewn all over it. He's got this bright mop of red hair. Eric, it sort of looked like your hair before you got your hair cut. Yeah, just this mane. Big mane. And he has these beautiful insectoid wings. You could say they are very similar to a bee's. And his skin is almost this sickly green. Not quite there, but it's very unnatural. It's very fey. And you can also see that reflected in his mischievous eyes.
Okay.
even now when he's scared, when he knows he's done fucked up, he is going to need to lay low for a while. There's still that mischievousness there.
Mm-hmm.
And he dusts off his jacket, straightens the tie he has. He doesn't have a collared shirt, but he's got this tie around his neck anyway.
Okay. Like a little
He,
kid pretending to have like a little kid in normal clothes pretending to be a businessman.
That's exactly it. He's a precocious child.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said multiple times throughout this, he thinks highly of himself. He's a little selfish, though I think at this point he's become a little more selfless. And he looks at the queen bee and I can work with this. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Now, the only thing left is find them and take care of the problem, so it doesn't happen again.
I don't know if you've seen me, but that's above my pay grade.
Time is of no consequence. And that's where we're going to end the session, is where she says, take your time, but take care of the people who were a problem. So Biscuit's on your shit list, and Churro's on your shit list, and this black cloaked figure's on your shit list. But that's where we're going to end for the day.